It was an absolute blowout, and the Dallas Mavericks are moving on to the NBA Finals. How do you feel about it?
I was more entertained with the action between Luka Dončić with the fans, the going back and forth with those guys. And just, holy crap, did Minnesota roll over. I thought they'd have given them a game. I thought this thing was going 6. I really did. I'm glad it's over because now you get the banners ready. Not banner 18. I'm talking about you get the signage ready now. Now you're in the finals week. Now you know who the opponent is. Now the dislike starts. This is going to be fun. I mean, good for the NBA, right? Like from a grand picture, as you overlook the whole thing. Celtics in it. They're trying to get over the hump. Kyrie back in it. Luka in it from the international perspective. So the amount of eyes that are going to be on this series, home run for the NBA. Even though could have been Denver. Could have been somebody else. We would have liked to see Anthony Edwards, but I think it's better with Luka and Kyrie in it. This is the one I wanted. And I'm happy we're here. I am shocked how just complacent Minnesota was to not get swept. We won one. We made it go back to Minnesota. You watched that game last night. It wasn't even close. Like for an NBA playoff game, and you look at the series we've had here with the Celtics. Like, yeah, they're 12-2, but games they were good games. Those games were competitive. Indiana took you to the tilt. They had a chance to win 2 or 3 of those. Man, we sit here and we pump Edwards' tires. I'm not pumping him after that. Here's my takeaway from this. I think I'd take Jason Tatum over him now. Because I know this has been a narrative going around, and Perk said it with Felger and Maz. Anthony Edwards, he's younger, 4 years younger. Don't make me do this, but right now, probably Tatum. Future, Anthony Edwards. I think I'd stay with Tatum on this one. That kid rolled over.
Tatum's a more complete player, number one.
Correct.
Okay. Edwards might be a better offensive player now and in the future. And
he's the most entertaining guy out there. He is.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
From a superstar.
I don't want to debate that anymore because that's now over.
Yeah.
So please don't do it again. We're now on to Dallas. And we're now on to what I think is the Luka Doncic-led Dallas Mavericks. This is not about Kyrie on the floor. This is about Luka. You saw it last night, 20 points in the first quarter. They were leading by 29 at halftime. He went out there and he took it. He came out and looked like a guy who was pissed about losing the previous game.
Possessed.
That's what that was last night. That was a response. He was mad about not completing the sweep in 4 games. You saw a mad player out there.
That's like the intensity that we talk about, like the whole, and I'm not taking it back to Brown and Tatum again, but that edge, man, that killer instinct, like that's what you want. And that's what you want your superstar.
He's a complete a-hole.
Yeah. And he's doughy.
Complete
oh my God.
A-hole. And so we doughy. Are going to hate him so much by the end of this series. We are going to grow to hate this man. Sports hate, not real legitimate hate. We're talking correct. Sports.
Yeah, keep it real.
A sports villain is what he's about to become to this city.
It's the antithesis.
Kyrie is a villain already. We know his status. We'll revisit all of it with Kyrie. But in terms of what you're going to see on the floor and what is going to annoy you and piss you off and frustrate you, and a guy who is going to get his to some degree, it's going to be Luka. That's who it's going to be.
You know what, too? He's bringing in a whole different type of fan base, too. This is for the Husky kids. We talked about the NBA athletes are the best athletes on the planet, and they are. Like, you see the shape Brown and Tatum are in. Even Drew Holiday, but even Al Horford at his age. And then here comes the 3-on-3 league superstar down at the YMCA that could just shoot from the logo. That one shot he hit, he was on the logo. I'm like, holy crap. This is good for the Husky kids.
Yeah, he's not a TB12 guy.
No.
It's a different approach in terms of his fitness, yeah.
Cigarettes and beer and sunshine. Beer and sandwiches. Make the song. It's great. All different angles here. It's good. It's good for all of us.
I think Dallas did their very best to take away Anthony Edwards in this series. They did it. They were forcing the ball into the hands of Gobert. They were forcing it to McDaniels. These are the guys who were taking shots, and because they're not quite the player that Anthony Edwards is, they didn't get the results. The problem is with Boston, they've got too many options. And the Celtics are going to win this series. That is my prediction. The Celtics have too much. I don't believe the Mavericks will be able to solve this problem. The problem the Celtics have on their hands is how do they solve the Luka problem? And how do they prevent Luka from taking over a game? How do they prevent Kyrie from going off and having a 15-point fourth quarter? How do they stop those things?
I'm not making a prediction yet.
Why?
Because I sit there and I see a 5 seed sitting there that earned the right to be there, and everybody's like, oh, this should be somewhat easy for the Celtics. You know, you got a number 1 seed. They're the favorite, man. The pressure's on Boston. It is. Like, Kyrie's already got his. Like you said, too, just there. Like, he's secondary where it's Luka and it's Luka's team. And our 5 seed that went through the West beat Minnesota. Denver's not there. And there's Boston sitting there. You got one more left.
The Celtics should win it.
Don't let him get hot.
And if Kristaps Porzingis is healthy, they have zero excuse not to. None.
Yeah. None.
They don't.
I never thought we'd be in this position, though. I never thought Kyrie would be in the finals again.
And he is.
The way that he acted in Brooklyn, the way he did all this stuff, I never thought you'd have to worry about going up against him in the finals. And you're right, they should win this, but, man, a little extra nervous.
You're a little worried.
A little extra on the line here, no question about it. Yeah.
You cowards. You're such cowards.
After last night, I'm a little worried.
All right, well, you're feeling nervous. Let's talk more about Kyrie Irving. Not in terms of why we hate him. I want to talk about this. Is his presence on the other team going to mess with the minds
So I'll just
of Tatum, Brown, etc.? Is this going to be something that they are distracted by? If you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.